Just getting set up. Hello, hello, welcome to my studio in Canada. So weird to me to be creating art while war is raging somewhere else in the world. Welcome to my studio. I'm working on my first solo exhibit. What I'm working on is creating a link between words and paint, because those are both the materials I've been using separately for the past years, and now I came up with this project to be able to create something that will use both materials. So this exhibit will include 10 short stories and 10 canvases. This is Canva number 10. This is just a background, but I will soon be done with the collage of these little dictionary pieces. It was a long project. Oda, you're back. Good morning. The 10 short stories for this exhibit are based on interviews that I did with locals here. So based on what they've shared about their life stories, I handpicked specific details that I wanted to include in my stories. So they are fictional stories, but based in reality. It was really fun to meet with people to get their testimonials. Azara, thanks for following me. This is my first solo exhibit, so I'm learning along the way. Tomorrow I'm going to visit the space where I'll be hanging the pieces and discussing also with the owner to really set the dates and time. So I'll get back to you guys once I have that all set. I'll be creating an event because I'll be sharing it live. I'm looking at the May 14th for now. So I think this is going to be the date. I'm inviting the media. I'm hoping that I'll get a lot of people to come and discover what I've been working on since a while now. I've been thinking about this project for a long time, but I started gluing in January. I did the research and interviews last year. And all this content will be in a book. So I'll be self-publishing an art book, which will contain all the stories and all the paintings. So I'm taking a class next week about taking pictures of my art. And then they also have a part where they show you on the computer how to fix the colors to make sure that it represents the actual colors as close as possible to the actual work. And I'm also at the same time working on the writing. I really like to go back and forth instead of just focusing on just one part. I like to have a variety of activities in my day. So I'll spend some time writing and then I'll spend some time creating paintings. And the necessary evil, which is like organizing the whole thing. It's not the best part, it's an okay part, but it's not like I crave organizing events. But it's a necessary evil. You gotta do it. I'm looking for like the bigger pieces to cover the sides since it's a lot of work to go around the side. That's why I'm pulling out many little pieces. So I get to choose. So I've been going live for the past 2 months working on these collages. So I've invested a lot of time in this. So some days I feel very insecure about this whole process because I'm trying to build a professional career and you have to like build up your resume to build your credibility. And I don't know if in the end it's going to be worth it since there are a few people who can actually make a living out of their creativity. That's why I'm feeling insecure sometimes. Let me know if you have questions. I hope that watching me will inspire you to get started on your art project, even though I'm being a little down today, saying that very few people get to earn a living. At least you still get to try and enjoy the journey as you go. It's a learning curve to learn to not get so caught up in the results and just enjoy the journey. That's not something that's natural to me. I always want to reach the top of the mountain before even walking up. And I feel like a lot of people are like me because it's just how the current society is. I'm taking a class on the history of humor here in Quebec, and we're going all the way back to the Middle Ages, and they seem to have had way many more celebrations that we do today. They had a lot of different occasions where they would just enjoy time with their family, with their community. And why don't we have that anymore? I feel like we're supposed to work 24/7. And what for? At the same time, I feel like I'm a hypocrite because I'm trying to sell something, even though I'm questioning this whole I don't know, not capitalism as a whole, but like why? Like I need to convince people to buy what I'm making, even though I feel like we are better off with less, consuming less, but at the same time I need to sell. So if you like what you're seeing and you want to support me, make sure you follow or send some likes on this live by tapping the screen so we get more people in here, so I get to share my work to more people. What else can you do? You can also look at my YouTube channel. I have a link in my bio. If you can send me gifts during the live, which I convert into money for this project. I also set up a donation link where you can buy Okay, I need to explain this right. Okay, so you can buy like a patron that I would name one of my paintings for this series with your first name. And so the story and the painting will be dedicated to you. So if you'd like to be part of this journey, you can find a link in my bio. So the link is a link tree, so all the links are there. What else? Oh, I also have an affiliate link for the products that I use, and there's an affiliate link for the books that I've written in English. And if you use my affiliate links, it gives me a small commission, so I can reinvest that in my project. I really hope that I'll be able to get at least one person to purchase like the naming rights of one of my painting, just because I feel like it's so grounded in humanity, and to have like a real person actually being like the patron of one of the painting, that would be so awesome. It would just add so much meaning to what I'm working on. So the exhibit will be in May here in my hometown in the province of Quebec in Canada. I'll be streaming live also, so make sure you follow if you want to be notified. So I have tons of little pieces of dictionary here. I'm gluing to a cardboard, so it's about 1/2 inch thick, maybe less. It's very sturdy, and so I lift it up with this lid so that I can go behind and cover the whole side perfectly. I'll also be self-publishing a book with the content of this whole exhibit. And in the book, so I hope I'll be able to do it because it's not working for now, but I'm confident I'll find a way. But I want to use my own handwriting to create a font so that I can use that font in my book. So yeah, that's even more personal, that I would have my own handwriting, a font that nobody else has. Well, that's something I'll be working on also. Hello, Rifia. If you have questions, I'm keeping an eye on the screen, but sometimes I might miss it, so I apologize in advance. What this, please? Yes. Let me show you an example that I've made on a piece of paper. So what I'm working on is the background, and then at the end, I do a pour painting on top. So I'll have 10 canvases like this. This is canvas number 10. I started in January gluing the little pieces, so I'm almost done. Thank you, Rifia. I spent hours upon hours tearing these little pieces of paper, and then gluing them. I like working with paper, but I'm done like with the tearing. Like I'm not interested in making more little pieces. I still enjoy the gluing, but I think I'm gonna be very happy once I'm done. And then I'm moving on to my computer where I'll be working on the short stories. And once I'm done with the short stories, I'll be doing the paintings live. So if you follow me, you'll probably get to see that too. So the painting is I'm using the flip cup method. That's pouring with, so you mix the acrylic colors in a cup and then you flip it on the canvas. And what I like is to have really something free-flowing where I don't control the shape. I like to give it a specific movement, but I also like the freedom of the movement. So what I'm working on mostly are the colors. Quelle patience. Thank you. Are you from Quebec or another French-speaking country? That's the paintbrush I'm using. It's just an old paintbrush and I keep like running water on top so get rid of the glue. So it's a learning activity also. I get to be patient, right? No, it's not a sponge. It's really a paintbrush. Like, can't really show you. It's getting old and sticky. What I'm gluing are dictionary pages, and it's a dictionary that we had at work and we were going to get rid of it. And it's a bilingual dictionary, so that's very meaningful to me since I speak both French and English. And also I feel it represents Canada because those are both our national languages and I'm very proud to be Canadian. So I'm very glad that I got this dictionary for free and I get to use it in my project. This is a big step up in my career since this is my first solo exhibit and I've been doing like a different symposium. I've been doing a lot of group exhibits, but now I'm in charge of everything, the placement, like putting the material up. I also want to do a speech. I need to get the invitations out. Why I'm doing this, like why I'm creating art or why I'm doing a background, I feel like I could go in many directions with that question. As an artist, I'm looking to blend both tools that I use. So I'm a writer and a visual artist, and I was looking for a project where I would be able to do both and combine them. So that's why each painting comes with a short story, and I like visually you see words on the canvases too. I just felt like it made so much sense for me to finally have a project where like I feel it's more like a complete project where I have both sides together. and also the fact that I wanted to, this year I really want to step it up as a professional artist. And you need to work on your resume pretty much to build like credibility, build experience. And that was the next step for me, was to create a solo exhibit. It's kind of a ladder, as we see in like any business. But I feel like we don't think of art that way. But you start like as a junior and then you build your resume. So yeah, it was like the next step up for me. I'm hoping that this exhibit will open new doors for me. I'm also hoping that maybe I'll sell a couple of those. And what else? Let's manifest together. I'm hoping that other places will want to exhibit this specific project. And I'd love to get international invitations. I'm also looking for gallery representation. I'm looking for any opportunity that will help increase my visibility. But also, as a side quest, I kind of need money. So if people want to buy my paintings, that's what I need also, so I can keep going. Like the more money I make creating, it's like a circle. The more money I can make creating art, the more time of work. Like I do have a day job right now. So of course, if I make more money with my art, then I get to work less at my regular job. And the more art I create, the more opportunities I'll get to sell more. The canvases are 16 by 20 inches. I got 10 of those, and I bought the frames. I bought black frames because I feel will really go well with the ink from the dictionary. Sorry if I missed a comment. I'm just very focused on this right here. I'm not trying to ignore you or anything. Let me know if you have questions. I do try to keep an eye up. So these recordings, I save them because TikTok will just delete them after 30 days. So what I do is I download them and I save them to a YouTube channel. I have the link in my bio if you're interested in saving it, because I'm almost done with the paintings, the gluing. So if you really like to watch me work on this, then you'll get access to complete recordings. C'est quoi comme colle? Yeah, let me show you. It's this one. It has UV protection. I'm just assuming that you understand English even though you write in French. I hope it's okay. So if you want to take a print screen, but I also have an affiliate link in my bio. If you want to click on it, it gives me a couple of cents to invest in my paintings. Yeah, so it's a professional glue. They call it archival glue, which makes it longer lasting. So it's like a varnish at the same time, so it won't yellow. But like if you're just wanting to have like a personal project and not like artistic project, like like a hobby, you could use Mod Podge. Rifia, j'aime bien ce que tu fais. Thank you, thank you. I have so many other ideas that I would like to do collages. I think the one that I'm most excited about, yeah, dictionary pages, that's what I'm using. I think I would like to try a project where I use National Geographic photos of landscapes and then have little pieces like this. So I don't want to tear around the tree, or I want to keep like the abstract and just work with the colors. I think it could be interesting also to do that. But I'm not sure how it would fit with my trajectory right now. When you work with like grant applications, I never had a grant, but I'm trying to get one. Everything needs to be thought and justified. So you can't move randomly from one thing to another. So it needs to be cohesive and make sense. So that's why I need to be careful about my next step. Obviously, I want to... Olivia, this seems so satisfying. Yes. Yes, it is. So I need to be very intentional about the next project that I'll be working on. But obviously, it needs to be something that I do enjoy. I don't want to do a project just because it fits what the government is looking to support. I need to find something that the government is willing to support and that I'm willing to create as an artist. So after I'm done with this exhibit, well, first of all, I'm taking a vacation to Chile. And we're even going to fly to Easter Island. It's incredible for me that I'll be going there. I never thought I'd be going there. Just because it's so expensive and so far away. But I don't know how it happened. I just found tickets. It was so cheap. Incredibly cheap. So I can't wait for this. And after the trip, I'm definitely wanting to finish one of the novels that I've been working on, which is a young adult fantasy novel with witches. And it's been on the board for so long. I keep giving up, starting over, picking it back up. I love the story, but I don't love the way it's written. So I need to work on it so that I'm proud to publish it, you know. I think the story itself is very solid, but I just need to add more details, more emotions. So yeah, that's probably the next artistic project I'll be working on. And I'm so close to graduating from a certificate that I started last year in literature, which will also build my resume. Pete, thanks for sharing the video. Hoping to get more people here. We are 161. Thank you for being here, everybody. C'est une bonne idée. Thank you. I also have another novel that I'm working on. Ça donne envie d'en faire. Yeah, you should try it. That's part of why I'm sharing with you, because a lot of creators here inspire me and I'd like to inspire you guys too at the same time. I have this other novel also that I'm working on, which is more about climate change, where a mom has to go into survival mode. I'm not a survivalist. I can't say that word, sorry. But I find it fascinating, like all the kits and all the strategies that you can like try to build your own house somewhere in the woods. So I like that universe. So I already started on, it needs a lot of patience with you, but you can start with a slower, you can make bigger pieces first of all, like these pieces are minuscule, so you can make bigger ones. And also you could use a smaller piece. You could cover like a tissue box, and so you can decorate random objects around the house. So my post-apocalyptic book is one of those books I'll be probably working on next. How I came up with this idea, it's just like so many random circumstances. I got paper for free. I got someone called me because I work in sustainability, and someone told me, we're gonna throw away a ton of patterns, to make clothes. Are these little pieces newspaper clippings? No, they're from a dictionary. And then from this, I started working with paper. And then when I got this dictionary, I just thought it made more sense than the patterns. So just in French, for those maybe who want the French version, je travaille en développement durable, j'ai reçu plein de patrons, la personne, elle s'en débarrassait. Et là, j'ai eu l'idée de faire des collages avec les patrons là, pour patrons de vêtements. Mais je trouvais que ça faisait pas vraiment de sens avec ma pratique artistique littéraire. Et là, quand j'ai vu le dictionnaire, là, c'est à ce moment-là là, que je me suis mise à faire des collages avec le dictionnaire. So you could be using a ton of different kind of papers. I thought I feel like it's an American idea, but you could save all the wrapping paper during Christmas and create like a commemorative piece with all the wrapping papers that you collected. I think that would be cute. And we see collages with people going on trips and they collect like tickets and stuff like that. But what if you collected junk like wrappers and stuff like that of all the food that you try? When I travel, I love to go to the grocery store and just look at what is there, like what kind of sandwiches they have, like pre-made, what kind of fruits they have. And then it's much cheaper than always eating out. I'm in Canada, so I'm French Canadian. I've never been to England, but one day. Rifia, where are you from? This is, look, this is going well. Still have all this. I have at least one more day, probably 2. And then here, let me show you. That's one. Like, that's one of the canvases that I made. Yeah, Rifia, d'où viens-tu? So this is canvas number 9 out of 10. And I have previous work that I just got back from an exhibit. So that's what when I talk about free flowing, that's what I mean. I don't want to control the shape. So it's just Île de Beauté. I need to look that up. Corsica. I'll look that up. I don't know what that is. And I like that everybody can find something in the painting so that you can imagine a shape. To me, this one is a mermaid in the darker green, so that's the tail, and then you see her body and like her hair, and then her hand is extended out. Somebody else commented that it was a turtle, so you see like this is the head of the turtle and then 2 legs here, and then like other legs and the little tail. Then here I call it the wolf, because I just see like the wolf howling at the moon with the wings. So yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, you see a turtle there, Rifia. And tortue, yeah, someone else said that. And let me show you like an example that we did live. So during one of the live, I asked people to pick the colors, and we did that together. So that was fun. That was a cool experiment. And so just to, how long I've been painting? I've been doing this since 2019, just focusing on this, like the pour painting method. But I feel like I'm still experimenting. I'm still guessing. I'm always trying new paints, new blends. So sometimes I don't like my results. So that's, of all these little pieces I'm going to show you, this one is my favorite. So imagine like a bigger, so that will go in the middle. So it was my way to experiment before I go on the big canvases. So like here, I really like the colors here. And then this one, I don't like the color mix, but you know, just testing out some things. And so you see like this random part here, and then here there's a little hole. I'm looking for that. I don't want like a perfect circle. I do make shapes sometimes, but not for this series. C'est quoi la matière sur quoi tu colles? It's a thick cardboard that I'm using. So you see here. And then I framed them. My mock-ups, I made them on just cheap pieces of paper just to practice. So if you want to be live when I do the paintings, which I think are very interesting to watch, make sure you follow. What kind of glue do you use? I use this one. So if you're working on a professional project, I do advise this one because it protects against the sun, so UV protection. and doesn't turn yellow as quickly as Mod Podge, for example. But if you're just doing like a hobby project, go ahead and use cheaper glue. I think even school glue, white glue would do the trick. I've covered so many things when I was a kid. Lately I've covered a notebook because I got a free notebook from like, you know, when they give out like promotional items, and I decided that I did not like it, but I still wanted to use it, so I covered like the top cover. Okay, so Rifia is asking why the dictionary. I'm gonna say it in English first, and then I'm gonna say it in French. So I got this dictionary at work, and I love it because it's a bilingual dictionary, and it represents Canada, since it's English and French, and also I speak English and French, so I thought it was very representative of me and what I'm doing. Rifia, je vais le faire en français pour toi, mais j'ai fait l'explication en anglais pour commencer. Donc, le dictionnaire, c'est un dictionnaire bilingue anglais-français. Donc, moi, je trouvais que ça représentait bien le Canada, parce que je suis très fière d'être canadienne. Et également, je parle anglais et français. Alors, c'était aussi très personnel pour moi d'avoir les deux langues dans mes tableaux. Est-ce que ça fonctionne avec du journal? Oui. Tu peux essayer n'importe quelle sorte de papier. So Rifia was asking, could you do it with newspaper? And I said yes. You can try with other types of paper. I'm very excited for the show in May. It's just a big step in my career. I'm trying to keep my expectations very low. But at the same time, it's being organized in collaboration with this huge space. So it's a residence for older people. So they have maybe 500 apartments in that building, and everybody and their family will be invited through the owners of the apartments. So it's kind of it blends into their activity calendar. So I'm probably gonna get a lot of curious people. Yeah, Rivia, thanks. She said, it makes me happy to see what you do. I'd like to try thanks to you. Oui, tu devrais essayer. Pourquoi pas? I'm also inviting the media. So this is another thing too. When you're building a professional career, what they look at when you send what they called like project proposals, they check if you have media presence. And so hopefully I can get media coverage from this exhibit. So it's kind of building momentum with that. My motto this year is visibility creates opportunity. And so I'm testing this out, my theory. I'll see what kind of opportunities show up for me. I'm very impressed with the amount of love that I got on TikTok. I did not expect so many people to enjoy my vlogs. I'm really glad that you guys are here and that some of you keep showing up. I see some of the names. Indy, j'en faisais quand j'étais jeune. Yeah, me too. Not sculpture. I was covering like vases, different decorative things. I had so much fun. À la fin, mets quelque chose ou pas pour la finition. So if it was just the gluing, I'd be okay just with that because the glue acts as also a varnish, so I wouldn't need to put additional products on it. But since I'm doing a painting also, I'll be using a spray varnish on top of everything. Okay, so just translating. À la fin, je vais mettre un vernis en spray pour protéger à la fois la peinture et la... C'est plus pour protéger la peinture là, parce que la colle, c'est aussi là, un vernis de finition. Mais là, je vais protéger tout en même temps avec le vernis en spray. J'aime aller à Céramique Café, mais c'est tellement dispendieux. Yes, it's a cool place. Yeah, it's kind of expensive. Have you tried also, I've seen like mosaic classes. I'd like to try that. Indy, I do hope you understand when I answer in English. Let me know if you don't, I'll translate. I have many ideas for my next exhibit, so I'll be sharing that here also when I start working on something different. I'm sharing my whole journey for this first exhibit here. Oh, thanks for the rose, Luxart. Thank you for the gift. So I'm sharing my journey here. You'll see when I do the paintings, and then I'll be going live during my exhibit. You'll get to see that too. And then I'd like to... Oh no, I messed it up. I don't want it. Rifia, non, je peux pas parce que j'ai pas... elle est pas dans la même pièce. Je l'ai pas avec moi. Can you show me full face? You want to see my face? You can go on my profile. You'll see it. A full board, okay. Here. So 16 by 20 inches. And so this is one that I have completed. And this is the one I'm working on right now. You see all these little pieces of paper. Thank you, Indy, and thank you, Akusha. What is the start for? The start. I don't know what you mean, Jennifer. Oh, the art. Okay. Yeah. What is it for? That's a philosophical question. I'm working on my first solo exhibit, so that's for me to further my career. Art in general, what is it for? I'm creating it to kind of like as a challenge, a personal challenge of seeing if I could make it in this very competitive industry. Are you making it for someone? Is it a project? Is it for school? So it's a personal project that I have for a solo exhibit because I'm building my resume for my career. And that's the point that I'm at right now, is that I need to have this first solo exhibit because I've done a lot of symposium, I've done a lot of group exhibits, and so if I need to move up the career, then I need to have a solo project. So yeah, that's it, Jennifer. Thanks for specifying, because I could go all over the place with that kind of question. What is art for? Sometimes I wonder why I do these things. So yeah, can be a loaded question. Because like I'm all peaceful here in my studio making art, while some countries are dropping bombs on other countries. So sometimes life can be a little bit absurd or weird or whatever. I'm very lucky to be in this situation where I get to have fun creating art. Okay, I think I'm giving up for today. I don't know how long this live has been, but this is what I have left. You can follow if you want to be here tomorrow. I think I'm gonna need more papers too. I don't think I'm gonna have enough. That is really cool, but what do you do with them? So I'll be doing my first solo exhibit. I have the frames here. Sorry, my house is messy. So you see I got the big box with frames. So I'll be doing a first solo exhibit in May, and then I'm currently offering this exhibit to more people, so hopefully I'll get to show it in other places. And once you reach a level of professionalism, you get paid for the exhibits. So I just applied last week to a space where they would give me some money for the exhibit, so hopefully I'll get a positive answer to this. So I don't know if you guys just got here, but I was showing previously some of my work. So this here, okay, so this is one that we did live. So people in my studio picked the colors and we did this. Then some mock-ups that I did in a smaller piece of paper, just to figure out like what kind of colors to use, just experimenting and playing with the concept. So now I just ordered a brand new set of paints to do like the whole series with the same brand. And these are some of my previous paintings. So I do both like the free flowing like this, where I'm not looking for a specific shape. I'm just looking for the colors, like just the movement and just the improv of where the paint goes. And I like to have like random shapes like that, and then people comment on what they see. So this one I see a mermaid or a turtle, and this one I see a wolf howling at the moon with wings. And so people comment when like people comment what they see, and I really love to have those type of conversation. The free flow with the paper on the matte border would look nice. Free flow with the paper with the matte border. I'm not sure I got you, Sandra. Also, since I'm an author, let me show you some of the books that I have here. So, young adult, fantasy novel, New Witch in Town. And then I'm big. Oh, the framed ones with glass. Yeah, I might frame this one. That's my favorite. And see how people react to it. See if someone is interested in buying it. Papers on the white borders. Okay, so you would cover this part. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm big on nonfiction. So I was big on affirmations a couple of years ago. So I decided to publish this. And then this Mind Your Brain comes from like a life coaching concept where you need to ask your own questions and answer them for yourself. If we pick a random one, here. How can I create a circle of friends who inspire, lift, and help me get to the next version of me? So you get to journal about this question, and you get to decide like what kind of actions you want to take. Also have this book. So I have a link in my bio for all my books. I also have a link in my bio. So the link tree links to my art material, links to my YouTube channel, my books, and I also have a patronage link. So if you'd like one of those paintings, so I got only 10, if you'd like to name one of those, I would love to have you sign up. So yeah, I think it would be very exciting. I'm using your first name, so if you are a patron, the painting will have your first name as its title. So you'll find the link in my bio. So make sure you follow also so you see my other lives. Thanks, bye.